It's something that should come naturally, but believe it or not, most of us are not breathing the right way. So today, take a deep breath because I'm teaming up with a doctor to help us learn exercises that will help your body engage into relaxation mode, which helps lower heart rate, blood pressure, and stress hormones like cortisol. Bloom Health Club starts now.
From the Stream Center, welcome to Bloom Health Club, sponsored by Monticciolo Family and Sedation Dentistry.
I am your host, Gayle Guyardo, and today we're going to help you breathe your way into feeling better, something that should come naturally to most of us, but surprisingly, it does not. So today I'm catching up with Harvard-trained scientist, best-selling author, and holistic wellness expert, Dr. Mamta Bhatt. Dr. Bhatt, welcome to Bloom Health Club.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So Dr. Bhatt, it's surprising to hear that something that should come naturally to us, we're not doing it the right way, and that's breathing.
I love that. You know, I want to just bring us a little bit back and think. When you were born, what's called being born when you get your first breath?
Right.
And then you live your life, and when the breath goes away, it's called when you die. So breath is a critical part of our life. In fact, it should be our best friend because this is who really we are as we are called living, right?
Right.
So it is something that's our closest friend, and we just coast with it through whole of life. And the example I want to give you is about money. If you just keep your money in a bank account, you're not giving it any attention, it's over there earning 0.01 or whatever percent.
Right.
And it's laying there. But suddenly you become aware that, hey, I can grow my money, I can do something, and you start putting it into ETFs or something. Then you say, you know what, I can make much more money. I had no idea. And you start putting it in some AI stocks and some other good stable equities and some
NVIDIA.
bonds. NVIDIA.
Yeah, there's my stock tip for the day.
Yes. NVIDIA, AMD, my stock tip of the day.
Okay.
Palantir. So all of these stocks, and then you start realizing you're creating a portfolio very consciously. You see what I said?
Yes.
So it's the same thing with our breath. We're using it just like, okay, I'm living. But suddenly when I share with you that your mind is directly related to your breath. What does that mean? Means if your breath is shallow, you're going to feel anxious and stressed out. And if you're breathing deep, you're going to be relaxed and calm and make better decisions and respond better. Like the guy who cuts you off in traffic, you're not going to be ballistic about it.
I might still be ballistic. I'm just kidding. But if we breathe,
yes.
maybe we, like you say, we will be calmer and we won't be popping off all the time.
Yes. And so the example I gave over there was consciously being aware of how we use our breath to modulate our experience of life. So right now we're coasting through life and we're thinking, okay, this is good, this is bad, but somebody didn't answer my email, I'm really upset, or somebody gave me a gift and I'm really happy. But maybe I want to have a better experience of life where I'm more gracious, I'm more giving, I'm more forgiving, and I live a better life, right? It's for me.
It.
I live a better life. It's not about the other person, right? My experience of life is more happy. So when you want to do that, you want to then become aware of how we're breathing. So do you want to do an experiment? Take your right hand
Okay.
and put it on your heart and put your left hand on your belly. Okay? And I would like you to just sit up straight so take a deep breath. Now, which part moved? I saw your
My
chest moving.
Yeah, I was wrong, right?
It's not wrong. It's how most of us are living. We're living up here because it's a fight or flight syndrome right now. We have to respond to emails. There's LinkedIn, there's WhatsApp, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, Telegram. Everything is calling out to us, right? And we're having to respond. So I would like you to again put your hand here and put your hand on your belly. And now I ask you to sit up straight and take a deep breath so that your belly, which is really called diaphragmatic breathing, take a deep breath and breathe in so that your left hand comes out and your right hand stays same. So go back. And I know this takes practice. It's like me telling you to do squats in 1 second.
Yeah.
So if you notice me, look at this. I'm just doing. and my belly is coming out, because this is called diaphragmatic breathing. And when you do that, it's basically lie down. We can do another session one day with lying down and showing you how to do diaphragmatic breathing, but it's called practice. And if you practice more and more, like anything, takes practice. 6 weeks of workout only gives you results, right? Not in one day. But if you do that, you will find that your everything calms down.
Should you always be breathing from your belly?
Nice example. It's like saying, should I always be doing squats? No. You want to try to learn to do it. So this is your backup. It's always coming back to this when you're not stressed out. But when you're stressed out, it'll come up. Like your breath will become shallow and you will be like, oh my God, how do I handle this? That's natural. But your steady state will become much more calmer, which is what you want. Right?
So when we're in a state of panic, try the belly breathing.
Yeah. Well, when you're going for an interview, when you're doing anything that's stressing you out, I can share so many different breaths. Maybe we'll do another breath right now, which is like here's this. Take a deep breath. Everybody take a deep breath and then take another breath. And now, yes, do it again. Yes, a third one. And then you'll find your shoulders are dropping. You're getting more relaxed. Just
I
try
think
it.
we need to make a classroom here. So we should bring in our director, Nacha Castilla. Nacha, you didn't think you were going to escape the breathing. I saw you breathing over there. And I'm like, we're including her. Are you ready for the 2 breaths and
yes, and an exhale. Yes.
All right, ready?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Lead us, Dr. Bhatt.
Take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And how did that feel?
Good. This is immediate
Definitely
relaxation.
feel my
So you do this
shoulders
2-3
come down.
times. Yes, you do this 2-3 times right before something stressful, and you will feel immediate relief. Immediate. Of course, this is only one time, right? You do it once. But if you practice these techniques on a daily basis and make them a part of your life, you start breathing from here, the diaphragmatic breathing, and this becomes only in times when, of course, we all get stressed and we all have deadlines and we're all looking for things that must be done right now, right?
Right.
So this is just an example to show you that if we practice this every day, you'll find, I'll give you a little example, that your voice becomes more deeper. Otherwise, if you're breathing from here and here, the voice is shrill. Have you spoken to people?
Yes, the high pitch.
The high pitch sound. And you'll find that all of this raises cortisol, raises blood sugar, and raises blood pressure. So
Now, what about when we wake up in the night, or at least this happens to me? It's 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and I wake up like almost in a panic.
Yes.
Can this lull us back to sleep?
Absolutely. I can show you another thing.
Okay.
You can. So let's talk about, we've all heard about, I know you have, about the vagus nerve, right?
Yes.
So this is what it is, your parasympathetic nervous system. It's a nerve that runs from your brain through your throat into all the major organs into your gut. And it is what tells the body it's safe. See how my shoulders dropped? And you can relax, right? So what we can do is take our palm, put it right below your ear, right here, and now just rub this right, your whole palm, Nasha.
Oh.
And you can just do this. If you do this, you may find a release there, and that helps the vagus nerve right there. Easy. You can do it for children. You can do it for somebody who's really stressed out and help them. You see that sigh that we let out? That is our system trying to come back to homeostasis. That's coming back. I don't want to be this stressed out. I want to come back and relax. So breath is super important to help you come back to your center where you make better decisions. Your body's allowing itself to heal and come back to normalcy, because you know when the body is safe, it heals itself.
Right.
Yeah.
It does.
Right?
It does. And, we had an expert come on the show one time and say that, back in the day, our ancestors took way fewer breaths per minute than we do today, that we breathe this shallow.
Yes.
Part of that
Yes.
has to do with we're not out there foraging for our foods or
Yes.
running from a saber-toothed tiger.
Yes.
But it also has to do that many of us live our life in this constant fight or flight.
Yes.
And that's what's causing this shortness of breath,
Yes.
which is not good for our bodies.
It is not, because I meet, especially women, I meet them with so much stress, with so many issues, which are all hormone dysregulation coming from so much stress. So another example I can give you is you can check if your breath is here from your throat And for you, I just saw it was in your chest, right? And these are the 3 areas where people would be breathing from. Right here, when you're really nervous and you're a little high-pitched and like screeching literally because your airways are constricted because of fear, right? Or here, this is where most people are. And then here, when you're bringing consciousness to it, like back to the NVIDIA portfolio, where you
Yes.
say, I'm going to do this consciously, so I'm going to practice every day to do 5 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing. And when I do that, it's like here, here, and here. So think of this as a 3-storied building. And what I would request is, in a 3-story building, there is maximum movement on the top floor because it's got exposure to the elements, but the maximum stability is on the ground floor. Yes?
Yes.
So you want to be here more and more. So you have this sense of stability. You have this sense that you're safe. And that signaling to your body that you're safe helps regulate all your hormones. Without medication, you will come to this place.
So when we're talking about our moods, anxiety levels, all of this can be addressed by our breathing.
Breathing. But you got to practice every day and give it that time. Especially that I know people who practice, like, say, 30 minutes every day, or 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. And they've found changes, not only in their hormones, but in the blood pressure. I have students, clients who have reduced their blood pressure. And I'll show you the breath for blood pressure if anybody's got blood pressure.
Well, and I was going to ask, I mean, I know there's so many things sometimes happening in the day, in the day to day. What are things that we can do to kind of get into the habit of practicing that, of being conscious about how we breathe whenever we realize that, hey, we're stuck in the fight or flight?
Yes. I think the first thing with any change is awareness. You've become now aware that breath is a little tool that you have, which you haven't been using. So you can use this tool. And the first thing you would do is say, where is my breath right now? Bring your 2 hands here. Oh, it's in my chest. So let me sit up and breathe a little deeper. And your belly expands. Breathe deeper, breathe deeper. And it's a practice. You can probably go up and look up diaphragmatic breathing.
I need to practice. I cannot get
I
my
will
diaphragm to go
I-
out.
Yes, I saw
And I think because I'm always trying to keep my core
tight.
so engaged
Yes.
all the time,
Yes.
that I find it really hard to let the
Diaphragm come out.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is what will happen. So if you see this is from many years of practice, of course.
Yes.
But if you practice 5 minutes a day, I promise you, in a month you'll be a different person. You will, because it's just like finding a new muscle that you didn't know you could use. Right?
I love it.
Right? And so again, coming back, make this a grounding place for you, that this is where I want to, this is my rest state. When nothing is going on, this is where I'll be breathing from. When stress happens, it'll naturally go up, but then I know, oh my God, let me come back.
And it brings it down
Yes.
immediately. Now, you
Yes.
said earlier that you have a breath exercise
Yes.
for high blood pressure.
Yes, I will just talk to you about
Okay.
that. So this is super easy and it's lovely. So take a deep breath. Maybe I'll walk you through it and then I'll do it myself with you.
Okay.
So take a deep breath. And then while you exhale, don't exhale out by your nose or mouth, but start humming. Did you see that? So the length of your exhale, that your humming is the length of your exhale. Do you get that?
Yes.
So what we do together is there's a group and I was telling Lily that let's have a breathing club, right? Because if you breathe together and then do it one more time.
Okay.
So the science behind this is that your vagus nerve here is stimulated right at your throat. And that's did you feel?
Yeah.
I saw it in your eyes.
Yeah.
You're calming down. See? You can see it. People, they will feel it, that your eyes are becoming calmer, your jaw is relaxing, and you're bringing a little bit more peace to yourself.
And you spent many years of your life
Yes.
figuring out peace, solitude,
Yes.
and grounding. And
Yes.
there is science to back this.
Yes.
You're a Harvard-trained scientist, and you're teaching us
yes,
this.
Yes, and there is science which shows that if you do this humming 10 minutes every day, you will lower your blood pressure. This is
Really?
already documented. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And it does. because I get so hyped up because right before this, we do a globally syndicated show. Then we're racing around and like we start our day and we finish our day with very few breaths that we're allowed to take because we're work. Just sitting here doing these exercises is so incredibly calming.
Yes.
I know you can't see
And it's-
Lily. She's off camera right now,
Yes.
but we're going to start humming in the office.
Yes.
She's nodding yes.
And just for you to know, this is not that woo-woo. Ariana Huffington has a room in her whole company where everybody is asked to meditate for half an hour every day, and then you go and do breathing, and breath work helps you to meditate. Because you're a better employee, you're more creative, you have better ideas, your conflict resolution is better. You, not only is your health better, but as an employee, you're way better.
Right. So basically what that boils down to is the C-suite is breathing and humming, and the worker bees like ourselves are just working. So we need to take a nod from the folks on the fourth floor or wherever your C-suite sits and learn that this is part of being a more tuned in employee and leader.
Yes, absolutely. And also, scientifically, you're feeding the brain because as you breathe deeply, and I'll show you some more breaths very shortly, you're bringing more oxygen to your brain. And when you oxygenate your brain, you're also giving more energy to all the organs. And so suddenly you have a body that's working way better, is much more vibrant than ever before.
That's amazing.
I encourage everybody who's listening to connect with me, and I will do a 1 month free breath challenge, and we will all see everybody's health improving.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So you say that mind meets medicine.
Yes. What I just said is that breath is directly correlated to the mind. And I think a beautiful sentence to remember is breath is the place where science meets spirit.
Oh, yes. And a lot of times we don't really acknowledge our spirit, but that's a big part of who we are.
Well, we just said that the last breath is when you are considered dead. So
Yes,
we
yeah.
are really at the point of science and spirit.
Yeah, without a
Right?
doubt.
Yes.
Dr. Mamta, we're talking about breathing today, but this is a scientist with us today that has so much knowledge in so many areas of our health, especially when it comes to women. And so we like to take viewer questions. I know some of these are not involved with breathing, but here we go. Jess reached out to us and she wants to know, what are some peptides that you're using to help people with overall wellness?
I am using GHK copper peptides.
Okay.
These are the big rage. I know everybody who's into skin health is looking into it, but I'm using GHK copper peptides, and I can talk about it definitely later. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter called me from Florida State University and said that she's on these peptides, but she's only almost 20 years old. Is she too young for these? Because isn't this an anti-aging?
So what's happening in the world right now is there is so much awareness, right? I'm seeing younger and younger people becoming aware. If they could just take the 6 steps we have both talked about, right? Being more active, eating more healthy, seeing the morning sun, remember we've talked about this, and making sure that you have good social connections, these will already take you on the path to longevity. Right? These are then the peptides and so many other, the infrared sauna, and we have so many things to talk about, are all icing on the cake. Right? So it's great that she's so aware.
Yeah, I know.
I'm so proud
She
of her.
just told me about these last night, and here we are talking about them on Bloom Health Club. All right, we have another question. This one comes from Nicole. It's October, so she wants to know, what are your top breast health tips for Breast Cancer Awareness Month and year-round?
Well, the first thing we, of course, want to tell people is to make sure that you check yourself. That's the first thing, awareness. And the second things I think we've spoken about, which is my acronym BREAST, which is saying make sure if you have excess body fat to reduce that. That's very important. And 10 pounds of body fat reduced improves your chances of being safe by 30%. So this is very motivating, especially for women who are older. And then we've spoken about this, that, make sure you have a diet which is full of antioxidants.
Let's give your book a plug.
Yeah.
Recipes for Joy.
Yes.
And this is where you talk about whole eating and what
Yes.
we should be doing.
Absolutely. It's in 2 parts. And the first part actually has all the tips about what you should eat, especially it talks about all the oils, because a lot of people say, which oils should we have? It talks about the sugars, because at one point people were having xylitol, erythritol, and now we know they're not good for you. And so what are the right sugars, if at all you're having some? And about what exactly are the 6 steps you can all take anywhere in the world and improve your health. And have a life which is vibrant and joyful. The second half of the book talks about recipes that I have used with my patients for reducing reducing cholesterol and improving blood pressure and all of these metabolic diseases.
And I think that's so important that we talk about these pillars because, while we might be living just as long as our neighbors in Europe, they're not at the doctor's office all the time. They're not with chronic diseases like we are. So we want to live our life, whatever that lifespan is, feeling really good.
Yes.
And that's where it all comes together.
Yes. I like to say a breath a day can change the way your life is running today.
I love that. And, the next question, which kind of we can bring back in, breathing, is what are your top brain health tips? And you say there's a direct correlation to how we breathe to our brain health.
I love it. I wanted to show you this exercise.
Okay, let's
do
it.
I wanted to share with everybody, all the viewers, that breath is such a wonderful tool. It's free and it's the closest to you that you could use any day, all the time. So if you're tired, there is breath that you can use to get yourself energy. And if you're stressed, you can use breath to get you relaxed.
Okay.
So let's talk about the breath. If you've eaten food, please don't do it right now.
Okay.
This is to be done on an empty stomach, preferably in the morning when you wake up and you say, oh my God, I'm not feeling so, energetic today. So it's a rapid breath and it's going to be like this. You can close your eyes and do it and you'll find, oh my God, your eyes.
Are we doing it through our nose or our mouth?
You're closing your mouth. Mm-hmm. You're taking your breath through your nose. And you're, again, using this, Gayle, right here. Watch this. Okay, watch what's moving.
Mine's going out when hers is going in. I felt this.
That's why you need to do the 1 month breath challenge with me.
I'm going to do the one. All right, so that's if we need to give ourselves more energy. What if we need to relax ourselves?
There's wonderful. It's a simple tool. If you're breathing in for 4, exhale out for 8 or 6, little longer than your inhale. It instantly relaxes you.
Okay.
So let's do a breath here. You can do your count of 4, whatever your count is, and then we'll exhale out longer than that and see how you feel.
Okay.
So breathe in. Exhale. See, I saw your shoulders dropping. See? Did you see
works,
your shoulders?
yeah.
It 100% works.
Yeah.
So do 5-10 breaths like this, and you're instantly relaxed. And your decisions are better. Your blood pressure is better. Your cortisol is lower. Yeah. How good could this be?
I feel more relaxed already.
Yeah, I see it in your eyes. I see it in your eyes. Yay, we got a candidate.
I love this. Well, Dr. Bhatt, I have to tell you, it's been such a pleasure getting to know you over the last couple of months. She's just a wealth of knowledge. And I told the team, I don't know how we're going to do this for 24 minutes and a podcast, but we managed to breathe the entire time. And I learned so many different things and I feel so much better. And so special thanks to Dr. Bhatt. And then we also want to thank our sponsor, Monticciolo Family and Sedation Dentistry, who believes in us so that we can bring you this incredible positive news. So make sure you watch Bloom Health Club. You can find us anywhere. We are on Apple TV, Fire TV, Roku, WFLA.com. And you can watch us on YouTube. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcast. I will see you on the next Bloom Health Club.